This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
Coming up, how a $200,000 grant will help a business launchbox in Hazleton, and we talk about the upcoming Passover holiday. Hello everyone, and thank you for watching. I'm Ken Carr with your local information. Thanks to a federal grant, a business launchbox in downtown Hazleton will be able to help more entrepreneurs in the area. The Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress received a $200,000 grant to renovate the second floor of the Penn State University launchbox, located at 1315 West Broad Street. Currently on the first floor of that building, the launchbox has offices and conference rooms. The second floor will bring in equipment for light manufacturing and feature a 3D printer. The project will add 2,000 square feet of space for the launchbox. United States Senator Bob Casey was at the property on Wednesday, and he praised the people who helped bring the grant money to Hazleton and those making the launchbox work. The launchbox is a combined effort of Penn State Hazleton, Can Do, and the Society of Hispanic Business Professionals, and it's funded by the estate of attorney Pasco Shivo. So far, the launchbox has helped out a local cleaning business and ride-sharing service. For the Jewish members of our community and those around the world, Passover begins at sundown on Friday. Here's Lisa Sugar with Dan Cardonic, the CEO of the Jewish Community Center of Scranton.
For people not familiar with Passover, tell us the significance behind it.
Certainly. So Passover is an 8-day Jewish holiday that marks the Jewish journey from enslavement to freedom as the Israelites departed ancient Egypt. So it comes straight from the Torah, where we're commanded to retell the story of this exodus from Egypt after God sort of unleashed a series of plagues on the Egyptians. So Jews observe Passover with many different rituals. Family will come together. They'll have a Seder, which is the Hebrew word for order. And we retell the story with sort of symbols that we put on a Seder plate. So there are like 6 items total. And a couple examples would include bitter herbs, where we would use, say, horseradish, which represents the bitterness of slavery, and parsley that we dip in salt water that represents the tears of slaves. And we retell the story using a text called a Haggadah. And a more important tradition that we remove all leavened foods before the holiday and abstain from them during the 8 days. So this is primarily grains. So in substitution, we eat a flattened, unrisen bread called matzah. And the symbolism is that the Jews were in such a rush to leave Egypt, they didn't have time for their bread to rise, so they ate unleavened bread. So while we remember the bitterness of slavery during Passover, it's also a joyous holiday because we're celebrating our freedom. And it's symbolic to recline at the Seder table because that's the sort of the symbolism to being free. And during the Passover Seder, we also drink 4 cups of wine, which represents our redemption. So Passover, is our opportunity not only to remember how the Jews were kept as slaves in ancient Egypt, but also to celebrate our freedom, from slavery in ancient Egypt. And it's a big family holiday where people will come together and celebrate.
Well, Dan, I know COVID took a toll on everyone's celebrations for the past 2 years. So are things hoping to get back to more normalcy this year?
Absolutely. The last couple years, it was been very difficult due to COVID for families to come together, obviously for safety purposes. And so it became more traditional in the last 2 years to do a virtual Seder, meaning that families would bring to the Seder table a computer and have their family members from across the country or even the world, log on and join in virtually while one family led a Seder. And but now I think what makes this year's holiday more special is that it will be the first time in 2 years where many families will come together again in person in order to celebrate.
For those who are not Jewish, that are Christian, Passover and Easter are always around the same time.
There is a connection. It is believed that Jesus' Last Supper was a Passover Seder.
The Christians are celebrating Easter, and the members of the Jewish faith are celebrating Passover. So this is a wonderful time for both religions. So we hope that people will have a wonderful dinner. Are you going to be participating in Seder dinners? You told me that some people hold multiple, so some hold one every night during the celebration.
That's correct. So traditionally, many Jewish American families will hold Seders on the first 2 nights of the holiday, and some may hold on the last 2 nights also, and some actually may have it every night during the 8 days. My family will be having one on the first night, and usually the second night, we usually get invited over by friends or family, so we may consider going to someone else's house for the second night. It's also a great holiday, to do mitzvot, which is a good deed. And we are actually here at the JCC. We'll be distributing vegetables and fruit to those who may be in need for the holiday, as well as for those that aren't in need. We'll be selling some vegetables and fruit that they can use for their Passover Seder as well.
Today's news feature is brought to you by Falvello Law Firm. Have you been injured in a car accident? Call Falvello Law Firm. Your case is our fight.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service on Friday. It will be sunny with a high near 64 degrees. On Friday night, increasing clouds with a low around 47 degrees. Wind gusts as high as 28 miles per hour. On Saturday, rain likely, mainly after 2 p.m. It will be partly sunny with a high near 60 degrees. Wind gusts as high as 21 miles per hour, and we have a 60% chance of precipitation. On Saturday night, a 60% chance of rain before 8 p.m., then a slight chance of showers between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m. It will be mostly cloudy with a low around 33 degrees. On Sunday, mostly sunny with a high near 46 degrees. Sunday night, mostly clear with a low around 30 degrees. Monday is partly sunny with a high near 50 degrees. And on Monday night, a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 37 degrees. The Hazleton Area High School baseball team once again scored a lot of runs in another Wyoming Valley Conference victory. The Cougars beat Pittston area, handing the Patriots their first loss of the season. Jank Diaz had a homer for the Big HA. In the Schuylkill League, Marion beat Mono area. North Schuylkill topped Jim Thorpe, and Shenandoah Valley beat Weatherly. In softball, North Schuylkill, Shenandoah Valley, and Marion scored a bunch of runs in wins, and that's today's SSPTV Standard Speaker scoreboard. Still to come are community and sports features. We'll be right back.
There will be a craft and vendor event to benefit community services for site on Saturday, April 23rd from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. at Four Blooms Restaurant in Drums. For more information, you can call 570-455-0421. MMI Prep will have a designer purse bingo on Sunday, April 24th at MMI Prep Gym. The event will begin at 1 p.m. and doors will open at 12 noon. For tickets or for more information, you can call 570-636-1108. SSPTV News blood sends sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Susan Mandone, age 89 of Weston, Mass will be held on Monday at 10 a.m. at Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church. Friends may call on Monday from 9 to 10 a.m. at the church. The Harmon Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Joseph J. Seiko, Sr., age 86 of Weatherly. A memorial service will be held on April 20th at 11 a.m. at the Robert S. Nestor Funeral Home in New Ringgold. Friends may call on April 20th from 9:30 to 11 a.m. at the funeral home.
Tonight's obituaries are being brought to you in part by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory, with 2 locations in Rockland and in Drums, 570-384-3312 or 570-788-0977, and go to harmonfuneral.com.